What's good, people? Try to recap today's
Banger, 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 banger.
um yeah, let's get into it. I'm just gonna put in the ball replay. Um so biggest thing is we did have CPI at 8:30, which this was our CPI candle. And as you guys know, or if you don't know, um data highs and data lows are a very strong draw on liquidity, right? If you have a data high, or if we have a CPI candle, like it needs to be something really high impact like CPI or PPI, right? If we have something like that, then if we take out the CPI, if we take out, so you just scale down to the 1 minute, right? This is our data candle. We done swept this one. We done swept the CPI high. So what can you target now? The CPI low. Okay. So going into market open, we've already swept off CPI high. I want to see shorts the CPI low. Obviously, as you guys know, I trade off of SMTs. We didn't have an SMT, so what I wanted to see here, some sort of SMT with retracing back to this high right here. So hopefully, hopefully something like this, that would have been nice, targeting the CPI data low, right? We ended up not getting that, which is kind of unfortunate. That would have been a really clean trade. So, but we can go ahead and just play here. So this is where I kind of got edged because, as you can see, we're making this solid pump up, right? We're even right now we're respecting this 1 hour, this 1 minute fair value gap, right? At this point, I'm thinking even if we take I'm thinking we can take out this high and create that SMT, right? If we do create that bearish SMT, easiest short of my life, but unfortunately, like we get this close, bro. You could have taken it. Or I don't know if you could have. I don't think. Yeah, they both took out these highs, so that's why I didn't want to take it. I wanted to see the SMT off this. So still no SMT, and then we just straight dump. Straight to take profit. So very unfortunate. So like even if like one of the pairs, like for example, NASDAQ took out these two, you could say these are swing lows. Or swing highs, sorry. NASDAQ took out these swing highs, right? If ES didn't, I would have counted that as a 1 minute SMT. And this is a pretty strong, this is a strong draw, right? Like this is a very strong draw on liquidity, this data low, right? So even though I usually trade off the 5 minute SMT, I would have taken it off the 1 because of the data low, right? Which unfortunately we didn't even get the 1 minute because as you can see, ES took out this and this, and NQ took out this and this. And I was really hoping to see the SMT with this, which neither pairs took out. So no SMT, but we went straight to the data low, right? And bam, right? What do you see now though? Clear, easy SMT, right? On the 5 minute as well. You could even I did this one. So boom, 5 minute SMT, bang bang, sniper gang, right? So now, okay, now let me say this, okay, prematurely, right, when market opened, overall, I was bearish because of the data low. That was the only reason why. Once we take out the data low, I am bullish. Why am I bullish? We are extremely, oh, am I tweaking? Yeah. Extremely close to all-time highs. Extremely. So this right here is all-time highs, right? All-time highs is obviously a stronger draw on liquidity than just a regular high, right? So this is all-time highs, right? At the end of the day, once we take out the data low, I'm looking for a reversal model to the data high. Or sorry, to the all-time highs because it is a stronger draw on liquidity, right? We take out the data low. We create a 5 minute SMT. What else do I need to see now? Obviously, for usually I like to target imbalances, but I am just targeting a all-time highs, which I'm still content with, right? I'm still like all-time highs is a very strong draw. So I did think about having take profits here and here, but I will explain what happened with that. So realistically, I wanted to see something like this, mainly being final take profit to all-time highs, right? So yeah, we'll play a little bit, see what happens. So this point I'm bullish, right? We have a 5-minute bullish SMT. We took out the data low, and I do believe we're headed to all-time highs, right? Since we are close to all-time highs. Okay. Let price continue. Right. Now this is where I kind of get a little. This is where I kind of get excited. Bang. Inverse this 1 minute. I still haven't entered yet though. The reason why I didn't enter yet is because I was waiting for this was a pretty strong move, so I felt like no matter what we would have formed a fair value gap, and I wanted to take off the retrace. But this candle right here, we almost invalidated this fair value gap right here. This one, we almost invalidated. You can see like the wick was down here, but we did not invalidate. So that kind of got me scared, right? But we end up inducing buying pressure out, right? So what's a clean? So not only did we inverse a 1 minute, respecting the 1 minute, what's another confluence just so I can have some even more extra confluence, right? It would be this market structure shift off this high, right? And I wait for that. Boom. I mean it. Okay. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me, but I am in on my live account. This was a good setup for me. I was in on my live account. I believe my stop loss was at the bottom of the fair value gap. No, it was not. Or maybe it was something like this. I don't really remember. And then so at this point I'm in on my live account, right? Not in on my funded account yet, because I'm not gonna lie, this was a good setup and I kind of wanted to make actual money, and I kind of forgot about the funded account, right? And then let price continue a little bit. We get the most beautiful retrace into a 1 minute fair value gap. This is never mind, my stop loss is right here, remember. Okay, on my live account this was my stop loss, because no matter what, if we were to come down and invalidate this 1 minute fair value gap, I believe we would have just kept going down. So my live account, my stop loss was right here. At this point, this is a beautiful time to, for example, you could have just re-entered on your live account, maybe added a little bit more of your position, or in my case, this is where I bought in with my funded account. Okay, so as soon as we come down here, I immediately buy. I am expecting to see a reversal, and I'm confident in this trade, so I'm expecting to see a reversal. I literally bottom ticket. Like, as soon as we come down into within this, I wanted to retrace to within this fair value gap, and I was ready to enter on my funded account. We retraced even down to that one, so that made me really happy. Here, stop loss at the opening price of this, the opening of this candle. Same take profits. Okay. Or no, stop loss was down here for the funded account. I think I wanted to play more safe. Yeah, my funded account was like 3.5 was the risk reward. So essentially, at this point, I'm in for 2 trades, right? Live account, which is about a 5.5 risk reward. Funded account, which is about a 4, right? You go to play it out. Now, just to explain what happens, right? As you can see, we start to get extremely choppy. I'm talking so choppy. Like, this is mind-bogglingly. This is mind-bogglingly choppy. Is that even a word, chat? But this is just, look at this, bro. This is a straight barcode, especially since my colors are black and white, right? So at this point, what do? I'm sure you guys can assume stop loss on both are a break even, right? When you're at this choppy and I'm in profit, like, who knows what can happen. It's a choppy day, right? Now, for my live account trade, if I can grab the thing. Can I grab it? Okay. For my live account trade, For my live account trade, I actually started trailing my stop. I can actually show that. I don't know what I was doing, but I was trailing my stop. So obviously on a live account, like, it's like you make instant money, right? It's like a live account. So for the funded account, I was just at break even. For my live account, I had my stop trail down to like these lows. Let price play out. Once again, still just choppy. My stop loss is still right here on my live account. Boom, I get stopped out. which is very, very unfortunate. Very, 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 very unfortunate because if you can see, we actually formed a 1 minute SMT. So like this low right here took out all of this, whatever this is. The same low here, you can see like how my dash lines are matched up together. The same low took out nothing. Literally none of this. Took out nothing, right? So clearly and you could have just done any of these whack lows. That's a bullish SMT, right? So unfortunately, I get out right about here for, let me see, this was my live account trade. So yeah, it was like about a 1-to-1, which isn't even bad. It was worse than a 1-to-1. I did not make a 1-to-1, I can tell you that. I think I risked 500 and I made like 400 something, 300 something, I don't really remember, but didn't really make much. Got out just with a little profit. Funded account, don't really care too much about. Stop loss just stayed at break even, and essentially we do end up hitting all-time highs. As soon as we broke this high, now the one thing I was afraid of is that at this point you can see we have a bearish SMT, right? ES, we've taken out this high. We've taken out this high. Wait, why can't I draw? Okay, ES taken out this high, and also has taken out this high, right? NQ hasn't even taken out either. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I might be fried, right? But I'm thinking to myself, let's think about it, boys. We're really going to all-time highs here, right? If NQ does hit this high, we are probably going to hit this high. And if NQ hits both of these highs, we don't have a bearish SMT. We have no reason to go down. So at this point, also, I'm thinking to myself is, why have these as take profits, right? Like, if NQ takes out this high, we are going to take out this high, I promise, okay? And if we take out both of these highs, ES has already taken out the same highs. We will not form a bearish SMT, so there is no reason for me to exit the trade prematurely, right? So at this point, I'm like, all right, bet. So I'll just let it run. This will be my only take profit, and we end up smacking. Yeah, that's really the trade recap. I risked $200 on the funded accounts, and I made like $730. So it was about yeah, it looked something like this, I think, but it was a little bit better than the 3 risk to reward. But this was the trade I mainly took. Like I said, I explained the whole live account situation. Very unfortunate because I could have made so much more. Very unfortunate. Kind of got barely stopped out and then straight to take profit. But it is what it is. I'm not really upset at myself for trailing my stop. It's not really something I do often. It's only when market is slow and choppy. Clearly, you can see this is just insane. That's just straight chop work. So that's why I did that on my live, and this was really the main trade I took. I actually took this. I mean, obviously I actually took the live, but like this is the one that actually hit. So I actually made bread off this on the funded account. So that's nice. And yeah, boys, I just really walked y'all through the whole trade and like my buys and everything. I wish I caught that short to the data low. That would have been really nice. Ideally, that would have been the trade I took first off. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved that trade. As you saw, it would have smacked beautifully. But the reverse back was also really clean. If we did make that SMT bearish towards the data low, I could have taken 2 banger trades today, which hasn't happened in a minute. I don't take 2 trades too often, honestly. But yeah, boys, that's really the trade recap. Not much to say.